is now on AFRICUNIA TV for July the 13th, 2021. I am Deborah Eze. The Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria Managing Director Ahmed Dangiwa on Monday in Katsina disclosed that the bank had so far given out over 297.7 billion naira under its various windows in the National Housing Fund scheme. He also disclosed that the bank had refunded a cumulative sum of 41.1 billion naira to 353,519 beneficiaries who had exited the scheme due to retirement from the service. Dangiwa made this disclosure while speaking at a one-day sensitization program on the NHF for the employees of Katsina State Chapter of the Nigerian Union of Local Government Employees. Dangiwa said a larger part of the milestone was achieved during his tenure beginning from April 2017. He said, and I quote, "We increased the number of the participating states from 28 to 34 and grew NHF collections from 232 billion naira to 466 billion naira, an increment of about 100%. Loan disbursement during our current tenure also grew by more than 85% to 297.7 billion naira from 152 billion naira in 2017, while the housing stock increased from 20,433 to 30,719. Refund to retired contributors grew by 275% from 10.8 billion naira to 42 billion naira. And we move to South Africa, where armies were called in on Monday to contain the violence in South Africa on the fourth day of violence initially triggered by the imprisonment of former President Jacob Zuma, and which has already left at least 10 people dead. Incident broke out on Friday in Zulu country, where Zuma is originally from and where he was imprisoned after being sentenced to 15 months for contempt of court. Since then, the unrest has spread to the poorer areas of Johannesburg, where Zuma's fate is largely irrelevant. President Cyril Ramaphosa has appealed to South Africans to consider the consequences of their actions. The sporadic Pro-Zuma protests broke out when he handed himself over last week and have since escalated into looting and arson. Police say at least 500 suspects have been arrested. And on the international scene, Canadian municipalities reeling from a pandemic-driven hit to revenues are facing an added blow from surging Liberty insurance costs, forcing them to raise property taxes or even court services for residents. The increase in premiums, about 20% to 30% in many cases, has been driven by a shrinking pool of insurers, more claims in an increasingly dismal climate and uncertainty around payout amounts. Cities need insurance to protect against claims in the event of accidents on municipal properties or roads and to deal with risks including cyber attack and natural disasters, so foregoing coverage is not an option. Larger cities facing steep decline in transit fees have the biggest hit to revenue, but many smaller municipalities have faced big cost challenges, as many families taking advantage of what appears to be a permanent shift to working from home, at least per time, have fled large cities for smaller towns in search of more space and affordable housing. This has put pressure on these towns to fast-track expensive infrastructure and service projects. And in more stories, China's exports grew much faster than expected in June, as solid global demand led by easing lockdown measures and vaccination drives worldwide epilepsy virus outbreak and port delay. But overall trade growth in the world's second biggest economy may slow in the second half of 2021. A customs official warned on Tuesday, partly reflecting the COVID-19 pandemic uncertainties as the Delta virus variants wreak havoc in some countries. Overall imports also beat expectations, though the pace of gains is from May, with the values boosted by high raw material prices. Thanks to Brazilian efforts in largely containing the pandemic earlier than its trading partners, the world's biggest exporters has managed a solid economic rival from the coronavirus-induced slumps in the first few months of 2020. China's trade performance has seen some pressure in recent months, mainly due to a global semiconductor shortage, logistic bottlenecks, and higher raw materials and fringe costs. And in sports, Marcus Rashford has apologized for missing a penalty in the Euro 2020 final shootout, but says he will never apologize for who he is after receiving online racist abuse. Rashford, Jadon Sancho, and Bukayo Saka's social media pages were flooded with racist comments after their penalty shootout misses, leading the FA to release a statement condemning the disgusting behavior. England manager Gareth Southgate also condemned the abuse, saying it is the antithesis of what the national team's values are and the togetherness that the squad has shown. Rashford praised the England squad for building such a strong bond during the tournament, as they become the first England team to reach a major final since the 1966 World Cup winners. And that's all we can take on AFRICUNIA News. For more stories, you can visit us on our website on africunia.tv. Follow us on all our social media platforms on Join Team and Pangram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, drop a comment for us in the comment section. I am Deborah Eze, and thanks for watching.